This is a brief introduction to Seated Stories, a contemporary dance performance exploring High Wycombe's chair-making heritage. Seated Stories is performed by Liezl de Wouters, a woman in her early 30s, slim and of medium height. Liezl wears a light grey shirt with open collar and a light blue waistcoat with 2 rows of buttons down the front. She wears cream-coloured pleated trousers, which are baggy and flared. She has beige dance shoes on her feet, her ankles bare. A light blue cap partly obscures her dark hair, which is tied back into a short ponytail. Liezl performs the piece in an outdoor setting in the large garden of Wycombe Museum, on grass just in front of a large marquee. The only piece of furniture used is a plain wooden chair with no arms. Liezl is sitting on an armless wooden chair.
In High Wycombe's quiet streets, where time and tradition meet, hands skilled in wood's embrace, crafting chairs with timeless grace.
She sits forward, chin cupped in hand, then hugs knees to chest.
And elm strong and true, emerges art from sinewy hue, each curve and joint a whispered tale of craftsmanship that will prevail. In workshops dim with sawdust swirl, echoes of hands deft and twirl, shaping legs that stand proud and bold, seats that cradle stories untold. Through generations skill refined, in each grain a legacy entwined, of chairs that bear the maker's name, admired in hearths and halls of flame. High Wycombe, keeper of this art, where craftsmanship's beating heart lives on in chairs that grace each home, a testament to hands that roam.
She stands and mimes tying a shoelace, foot on the chair, then arches her back over its. Holds on to the chair, lifts it and circles round, back of chair pressed to her back. She places it down, kneels behind and rocks it back and forth, hugs it, stands, takes hold of the edges of the seat and lifts it above her head, circles with it. She holds it at her hip and rocks side to side, then sets it down and sits, looking side to side. She stands by its side, then walks around it, one hand brushing its back. Standing behind it, she swings a leg over, then stands on its seat, stretching one leg back horizontally, then reaching high, vertically. She sits and leans back at an angle, head to ground, legs high. She sits up, swings an arm in a circle. She stands, does a forearm stand on its seat, then lifts it overhead. She hooks its legs around her hips and swings it round. Holds it at her hip and rocks. Sets it down, then kneels before it as though to propose, miming opening a ring box. She leans forward over its back, holds on to its seat and lifts her legs overhead. She rights herself and stands, Holding the chair at her side, she bows, leans forward, and balances its seat to the small of her back. She places her palms on the ground and lets the chair slide down along her spine. She sits the back of the chair on the ground. Standing at its side, she steps out, spins, one arm reaching, and returns. She kneels on the seat, thighs pressed to its back, arms stretching either side. She stands and places the chair to one side, brushing its back and seat, then holds out her hand, inviting it to dance. She dances in front of it, stepping to the left with a hop, arms sweeping, and back, and hop. She steps forward and back, arms reaching up and down. To one side with a kick and back, and kick, arms lifting. Extends one leg out and round, dips forward and swoops round. A step and a hop. She returns to the chair, sets it back in the centre, dances around it, then sits facing its back, legs either side. She stands, leans on the seat with right hand, stretching left leg to the side. She lies on her side across the seat, body dart straight. Lies back across, left hand touching extended right leg. Arches back. Sits up, stroking, then twisting and weaving one hand with the other, extending up to forearms, elbows touching. Her torso circles, her hands pat and roll, leading her forward and up. Arms lifted, she goes to stroke the back of the chair, steps to one side with a hop, and back and hop, arms swinging side to side. A dainty sidestep, arms crossing body in front and behind. She circles the chair with a hop here and there, arms sweeping up, and a twirl. She dances around the chair, repeating the moves, stretching a leg, swooping up, arms twisting and weaving, brushing the back of the chair, with a hop here and there. She places one foot on the seat, spins and steps down the other side, sets a hip on the seat and stretches out sideways, sits up and weaves her hands and arms around each other. She gets up, spins, reaches, folds and swoops. Hands pat the air, roll, dipping forward and straightening, reaching up and round. Leg flies over back of chair, places a foot on its seat, kicks back with the other, lies back across it, legs cycling. Sits up, swoops arm round, spins up and back into side steps with a hop, arms folding body front and back. Reaching up and to the side, leg extending to the other. Forearm stand on the seat of the chair, spin into sit and relax. She stands by its side and recites.
In quiet corners, still they stand, these chairs of Wycombe grand, reminders of a proud design, crafted with love for all time.
She bows.